So I just want to start this one off by saying 2018 has had a lot of disappointing sequels, and unfortunately, this movie is no exception. So today I'm going to be giving you my review for Ralph Breaks the Internet, Wreck-It Ralph 2. For those not familiar, Ralph Breaks the Internet is the sequel to the 2012 box office hit Wreck-It Ralph. That's right, 2012. It's been 6 years. Damn. So after this movie's release, there were possible rumors about a second film, and it took a few years for that finally to be confirmed. John C. Reilly and Sarah Silverman signed on, and there was getting word that it was going to be about online gaming. Charles Martinet, the guy that does the voice of Super Mario, was supposed to join the cast. A router was going to be plugged into the arcade, and it would lead them into this whole online gaming community world. But unfortunately, that was so far from what we got. Now, it did keep a little bit of that aspect as far as the plot goes. The Wi-Fi router was plugged in, and they got access to the online community, but it's not really the community you'd think. It's access to the World Wide Web. And the whole reason why Ralph and Vanellope want to go to the internet is because in the real world, someone broke off the steering wheel of Sugar Rush and they overhear the kids talking in the arcade, and they're saying the only way they can find a replacement part is on eBay. So through the internet tubes they go, and all we're left with is about a 2-hour Disney film just full of product placement. So in the first film, Ralph's game breaks, so the whole movie is about finding a means to fix that game. In this movie, get this, Vanellope's game breaks, and the whole movie is about finding a means to fix her game. Pretty original. And don't get me wrong, I know I'm a grown-ass man judging a kid's movie, but screw you guys, I'm a kid at heart. With that being said, having a simplistic plot doesn't mean you can just flip the plot of the first film and see if it works again. Other parts of this film are underwhelming too. I mean, they're trying to show off the aspects of YouTube, Twitter, and probably before this movie was made, Disney just was like, hey, that Emoji Movie sucked, right? What if we do that, but give it the Disney formula? One thing that I thought was weird also is they show YouTube in this movie and they show BuzzFeed, but the most popular streaming service on the web in this movie was BuzzTube? Like YouTube doesn't exist, or maybe they had some licensing to use YouTube, but not all of it? They do throw in some new video game references and stuff in the beginning if you look really carefully, but all of the Disney and Marvel and Star Wars stuff, it was really quick, it was really underwhelming, and it just felt like Disney didn't want to shell out the money to pay other companies to show their product in the film. They were just like, hey, I have an idea. Why don't we just save a buttload of money and just show our own properties? Screw everyone else. Now, I'm not saying all the references were bad. There was a lot of references that were cool, specifically one arcade reference in the beginning, and there were certain online references when they go to Marvel and Disneyland that was really cool. Not that they didn't really show it in the trailers already. One thing I will say though is the one aspect of this movie that I did really like was Slaughter Race. Slaughter Race is basically this GTA clone online racing game, and Gal Gadot is one of the main racers. It was neat to see that Vanellope von Schweetz actually kind of met her racing match, and even though the movie is about the internet for the most part, it was still an online gaming experience. And I will admit, this movie wasn't all bad. Wreck-It Ralph and Vanellope von Schweetz, their relationship just grew so much in this film. Guys, in the end, there was some enjoyment to be had in this film. It does take some elements from the first film and transfer that over to this one. I will say, this is probably a more enjoyable film for kids or families. But unfortunately, if you're a big video game fan and just a fan of the first film in general and had high hopes for this one, you're going to be left disappointed. Like a lot of previous sequel films that came out this year, it just didn't really have too much to offer for me personally, so that's why I'm going to be giving it 5.5 out of 10.